Hey guys, I figured I'd do something I haven't done before. I wanted to recap this entire trip that I just did. Since I was gone about 25 days, we covered quite a bit of ground. So I figured I'd show you what ground we actually covered on the map here. I thought it was interesting. I figured I'd share it with you. So we started off in Winnipeg, my home city, or well, not my home city, but you know, the capital of the region or whatever. I'm from southern Manitoba. Winnipeg's the biggest city. So we started near Winnipeg, right? So from Winnipeg, we left and we went to St. John. Now there's a bunch of stops we did in between, but I'm not going to get into every single little stop because we did a lot. So I'll just focus on the end destination. So our first trip brought us to St. John, New Brunswick. That's where we were for Thanksgiving in Canada here. That's where a couple of you came and met me there at the truck stop at Irving there. Very friendly people out there. I'll tell you what, very friendly people. After delivering in St. John, we went up to northern New Brunswick. We picked up a load there, and that one took us down to Delhi, Ontario. If you guys remember that load was the one that was so heavy, 87,000 pounds, and that's where I was wondering, where I had to review, how much weight I could actually pull in Eastern Canada. And it's actually a lot more than the rest of Canada and a lot more than the United States. You're actually allowed 18,000 kilograms on your drive axles and tandem trailer axles in Eastern Canada, which brings your total gross weight allowed in Eastern Canada to 91,000 pounds. So you're allowed to have, 37,600 pounds on your drives and your trailer tandems. Anyways, it's a lot of weight. It's 18,000 kilograms. You take that and you times about 2.2 and you'll get the weight in pounds. So we took that heavy load to Delhi, Ontario. Heaviest load my poor little Mercedes engine has ever had to pull with me behind the wheel. So after we delivered there, we went up to Guelph, Ontario. It's one of our yards there. We picked up a trailer there. That one was an exciting one. That one took us to the ferry and over to St. John's, Newfoundland. This is where we boarded the ferry and spent some time on the island. It's always fun going out there because it's an 8-hour ferry ride. Maybe I'll put the link down below to the description of the video of me actually on the ferry. I like the way that one turned out better than the other ones I've done. For some reason, it just seemed to click, and I really liked it. So I'll leave the link down below in the description so you guys can go check it out if you want and see what it's like taking a full tractor trailer semi on a ferry for an 8-hour ride. So after that, we unloaded in St. John's. We came back empty to northern New Brunswick again. It's a long, empty haul, I know, but it's just the way the cookie crumbled on that one. That's where we went and picked up our load, northern New Brunswick, again. That load took us down to Cleveland, Ohio. Now, the map's getting a little messy here now, I know, all right, but I'm just going to leave everything up there so you can see all of the tracks that we've made on this trip this month in the last 25 days. So, around Cleveland, Ohio. I forget what the small town name was that we went to, but it was right around Cleveland. And from Cleveland, we turned around, we headed back empty again over the border, just over to Guelph again, our yard. Wasn't that long of an empty haul this time. So once we got that trailer there, that's the trailer that took us down to Atlanta, Georgia. Way down south. I love it down there. Everything was still green there. I couldn't believe it. Here at my house right now, there's no leaves left. Like, it's ready to snow. It snowed already once. It's ready to stick around next time, I think. So I really enjoyed being in the south. What I noticed, though, like usual, it was super humid down there. Nuts. My steering wheel was so sticky and everything. I hate it when that happens, but that always happens in the southeast. It's very humid down there. After we delivered that, we went up to Dalton and did those 4 pickups. Remember that? The other day I was running around doing 4 pickups. And from there, that load took us back home here to Winnipeg. And we did full circle, sort of, with a bunch of running around in between. So this was my month, my last 25 days right here in front of you. Crazy how much ground we've covered. That is 16,483 kilometers and 179 hours, almost 180 hours of driving altogether. That's what Bing Maps is telling me here right now. That's not exactly the right number. That's just how much it should take. But obviously driving a truck, it could take longer or shorter. You never know. If I can find my phone, I should have been prepared for this. I wanted to find out how many miles that is. Hold on one second, okay? All right, so I'm back here. Cut that little part out. So I'm going to go to the calculator here on my phone. And I always like sharing with you guys and maybe the younger viewers of how to transfer or convert kilometers into miles. So I'm just going to talk it out with you here so you guys can understand how I do it. So this month, according to Bing Maps, we drove 16,483 kilometers. So you divide that by 1.61 and you'll get the mileage in miles. 10,237 miles that I drove this month. It's under my goal that I like to set for myself. I like to hit 12,000 miles a month personally. That's just me. But that's a good month already. Anything over 10,000 I'm happy with. So, and that was just in one trip without stopping, without coming home. Obviously I reset in between a couple of times. But that was October 2015 in my life. What happened in October for you? Thanks for hanging out with me and staring at these maps with me. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next vlog.